it's Kim. So I'm going to go ahead and do a cutting video. Close my sliding glass door so my neighbors don't think I'm insane talking to myself. Not that they know if anybody's here or not. Well, anyway, I was in the middle of about 19 minutes into recording the Blue Corn Maiden when my phone just cut off. And it's because my memory was full, or you know, the storage or whatever. It's because I had so many pictures on there, and also a lot of those photo apps that you get, you know, that have all the fun extras. They take up a lot of memory too. So I went in there after I finished the batches and went ahead and cleared a bunch of stuff out. I don't know why. It's just because, you know, like you hold on to like pictures because you're with people and you want to be able to show stuff, especially of all my soaps and things. So I went ahead, since I already have them on my computer anyway, and cleared all that out. I didn't have any videos stored on there. It's just, you know, there was so many pictures. So anyway, unfortunately, I don't have the making of the Blue Corn Maiden. It went, and as soon as I started piping on the leaves is when the camera shut off. So the boring part, which everybody's seen a million times of people making soap in a bucket, just plain old soap, was the part that I did record, and I don't see any reason to upload that. So here is the Blue Corn Maiden. So I made 2 of these, and the purple's a little bit faded than what I would have liked, you know, but oh well. I mean, it's not terrible. It looks okay. And so, anyway, let me go ahead and I'm going to get a knife and cut this in half so I can use my cutter to cut this. And then later on, I'm almost out of my base oils, but I need some embeds for my next 2 projects. And my next project that I want to make is, before I started doing soap, and I say in a past life basically, which was, you know how you have life-changing situations that happen to you in your life, and so things change and, you know, just different stuff. So about let's say 8 years ago, 9 years ago, I was an avid gardener. I mean, like, the way I am about soap, I was 10 times worse about gardening. I had over 45 antique rose bushes. They're not the ones that you buy from the grocery store. They're the ones that they consider that they grow on their own roots. And there's rosarians that go around and they collect them from old farms and cemeteries. And so then you buy them special from particular sellers online. And use them. You know, you get to grow them. And so they're the old traditional roses. Well, my favorite rose out of all those roses was one called a eglantine rose, or a sweetbriar, or a Shakespearean rose. They have different names for it. And it was a real thorny bush, and it had a funny little leaf set, and it only bloomed in the spring. But the thing is that it wasn't the flowers that were the star. It was the foliage, because when the wind blew and it was a humid day, or, you know, after a rain or whatever, it smelled like green, crisp apples in the air. It was the most magical, beautiful thing I've ever smelt. So that has been something that in my head I've wanted to do. I've wanted to make that soap. So I've bought a few oils this last week that they should be coming next week sometime to make a blend with, like, a lemon verbena I'm going to use, because that gives it that green, crisp, you know, added addition to the green apple. And the green apples are funny, so I don't know if I got the right one. And then I'm going to add a little bit of a sweet, pale, like a scent that I consider to be a sweet pink rose, you know, like a delicate, not that heavy, like old lady rose, but like more of a sweet pink rose. And just, that's not really so much that's in the scent itself if you consider it, but I'm saying as far as the theme goes, I want it to have that bright, crisp, fresh scent of the green apples, but with a hint of the pink rose in there, so you know that's what it is. I haven't come up with a name yet, and I'm going to try to have this thing where it's a rock wall and it has the vining roses on it. I don't know, it's just in my mind, you know. And so anyway, that's one of my projects. And then I have another one that I need to make butterflies for. And so I'm not sure if I'm going to make a bunch of separate little batches of CP in different colors so I can have different colored butterflies, or if I'm going to make one batch with all the colors mixed in together and have multicolor swirls, you know, that I cut with the cookie cutter into the little butterfly shapes. I don't know yet. So that's what I'm going to work on today with just the little bit of base oils that I have available. So I hope I don't cut my vinyl mat here. So there is that piece. On the top, okay, so in the inside I didn't really do anything, but it has the blue corn that I incorporated in there, the finely powdered blue corn. On the top, I kind of like separated it and sieved it, put it through a strainer, and I took the larger pieces of the blue corn just to use as a little bit of a garnish on the top. And of course, the centers of my sunflowers have ground up black cumin seeds mixed with ground up lavender seeds, so it has a little bit of that camphor smell. And the scent turned out really well too. It is called Big Sur, but it was like a cedarwood scent, a blend, and then I used amber and the violets and sandalwood scent. So it's a nice, you know, it's different. Okay. Here's the first little piece. It's kind of funny, the base reminds me of corn masa. You know, like when you're gonna make tamales, that's what the masa looks like. Oh, sorry, that would have been a mess up. Yeah, so anyway, I'm going to work on those, oh, that was a good one. I'm going to work on the embeds for these next projects. Plus, I need to redo that, or make another batch of that one fragrance oil, the one fragrance called Blush, that I call Blush. And it's actually, the fragrance is called Pink Fresh and Clean. It's not the pink that everybody sells at their sites. I've only been able to find this particular pink version at Wellington, but it is so good. It's not like the plain fresh pink scent. This one is a fresh and clean scent, but it doesn't smell like laundry. It just has a really uplifting fragrance, and so that one's a real good one. So I was thinking that I had gotten some light blue, like a powdery blue mica. So I was thinking about doing it that way and making little white daisies with some yellow centers for it, just because, I don't know, that's what I think of more than the pink and blue one that I did the last time. And I was disappointed because of those balls. But I mean, like I said, mostly it's something that my sisters and I, we go nuts over. We usually use that bar a lot. Then I also have another scent that I got from Moonworks in her last pre-buy. She called it Boudoir, but I'm calling it the Heart and Crown. And so I have to figure out how I'm going to style that particular scent. It smells amazing. So, like I said, I have a lot of projects coming up, and I did buy some more base oils, and I kind of went like a little overboard and nuts. I'm going to be paying for it this next week until next payday on all my fragrance oils that I bought. Because the butterfly ones that I want to make the butterfly embeds, when I was researching the blue Corn Maiden, at this one site that talked about goddesses and things like that, there was she's a Native American goddess as well, or closest thing in their culture to a deity, and she's like the butterfly maiden or goddess, and in her picture she's depicted where she's just surrounded by all these beautiful, colorful butterflies, and it's about rebirth and all these different symbolisms and meanings. And so I thought, my daughters always loved butterflies, and I do too. I mean, they're beautiful. I mean, what's not to love? It's just something magical about them. So I thought, well, that's what I'm going to do, is make one of these slabs and then just cover it with butterflies in honor of that butterfly goddess. So I went ahead, and I just went ahead just because I don't feel like having to figure out what scent to do and all that. So I ordered that dupe of the Bath and Body Works butterfly flower, because most of the time Bath and Body Works, all their fragrances smell pretty good. It's mainstream, people like it. And so anyway, I'm going to use that for that batch. So I have quite a few things that I've been thinking about in my head. Definitely the next time I make this, I'm going to make more of the, I probably should have just made one batch, but I put 7 of the flowers on each of the slabs, because I did 2 slabs. Because there's so much work, it just seems like it's easier just to do 2 slabs, but next time I'm going to have a bigger container to work from and try not to split my batch in half, and that's what takes up so much time, and it's stupid. Just make it all in one thing instead of making 2 batches in a row. So yeah, now that I've just like jibber jabbered on here, and I'll trim this end off, or I'll probably use my new planer. Holly's such, is my friend, and she sent me, her husband built me a planer, so I'm real excited about that. So I'm going to use the planer on the end, so that way I don't have to break out my potato peeler and do that. One thing I did notice when I did this, I put some of the batter in a separate container with just a round tip to do the stems. That was completely unnecessary. Once you stick all the flowers, if you ever do anything like this, basically, as long as you get your leaves on there, however they are, anything underneath like stems and all that, that's irrelevant, because once the flowers go on, you don't even see those stem things. Now, when I had made the bars of soap a long time ago that were the they look like the Franciscan rose dishes. Let me look for it. Let me show you. On the wrong end here. When I had made these soaps like last year and a half ago, they remind me of those dishes, the same color and everything. I barely had any flowers on there, so the stem showing up, it made sense, and the flowers are tiny. So, yeah. So then it was important to have the stem showing, but I mean, you're going to have flowers that big, that was really, I ended up just covering up all that work that I did with the stems when I could have just saved the time and put the leaves on there. So anyway, yeah, now that I've jabbered on, I have a whole other loaf to cut up. And like I said, if I decide to do the embeds later, I'm definitely going to record that, whether it's making the little white daisies or the pink little flat roses that I need for my Sweetbriar Rose. I don't know the name of it yet. It has to do with Shakespearean times. It's the I have to figure out a cool name for that. Maybe from one of his sonnets, or whatever. Whichever kind of embed I try to do, I will record it just for something different, since I didn't get to record the making of this blue Corn Maiden. But anyway, thanks for watching and have a great day.